Hello Fanatics! With 2018 coming to a close, we're doing our annual year in review. And after looking at the top 10 and worst 10 films of 2018, we're looking forward to 2019. So here's our list of the top 10 anticipated films of 2019. Coming in at number 10 is Zombieland 2. This is a film that I've been really excited about since I heard that they were kind of doing something with it on Amazon. And so when I heard that they were turning it from the TV series they were thinking about to an actual movie, I was super pumped for it. I love the original cast. It's a cult classic movie. I thought it was hilarious. It's one of the best zom-coms that I've seen, and I really hope that this one hits its mark the way that the first one did. At number 9, we have Detective Pikachu. This one wouldn't have been on my list until I saw the trailer, because the trailer actually made me feel like there is a world where Pokemon exist, and they actually look good in it. The CGI in this film looks great. The story seems to be intriguing enough. Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu is hilarious. So I think everything's just really working in this movie, and it's going to end up being a surprising hit come 2019. At number 8, we have Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This film, I think, is going to be the groundbreaking push to having monster movies. They had Kong Skull Island. It was pretty decent, but it didn't quite go to that point where it was groundbreaking. Godzilla 1 was good, but again, some people did have some issue with it. I find that this one, where it's going to take everything and bring all the different monsters in and show that Godzilla isn't really the bad guy, that's what's going to create this universe. And I think that this is going to be such a good monster movie. It's going to be what we wanted Rampage to be. It's going to be what we wanted Pacific Rim to be. And I just think that, paired with the phenomenal cast that they've brought together, is going to make this a good film. At number 7, we have John Wick 3. Of course this one's on the list because John Wick Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 were absolutely phenomenal. They are some of the best action movies that I've seen, and I would put them on the same tier as films like The Transporter and Raid. I can't wait for the third one. They've had some teasers here and there with some photos and some little teaser trailers, and I think that everything that they're including in this movie is just going to make it one step better than Chapter 2. Coming in at number 6, we have It Chapter 2. The first It was one of my favorite and most surprising films of its year, as it was not only a horror film, but a surprisingly layered coming-of-age story. And so while this one won't be so much a coming-of-age story, I expect the same layered narrative as the first one. That, paired with the cast that they have from James McAvoy, Isaiah Mustafa, Jessica Chastain, and Bill Hader, I think that this cast alone and their charisma is going to make for a great film. At number 5, we have The Lion King. This one is a bit surprising to me because, to be honest, when they started saying that they're going to be doing these fake live action remakes of the animated classics, I was a little bit thrown off and didn't really want them. The Jungle Book was a good movie, but when I started hearing that they were going to be doing it with films like Dumbo and The Lion King, I was a little bit off-put by that because Dumbo wasn't my biggest Disney movie, so I didn't really care, but The Lion King is beloved. I absolutely adore it. So why would you want to take something that's a masterpiece and redo it only to maybe get a terrible product out of it and then tarnish the original name? However, the cast, unbelievable. I think that they've done great with it. I do like some of the original cast that I would have liked back. Like, I do like Rowan Atkinson. I do like Jeremy Irons, but I like what they did with this movie. I like that the only person that they did bring back was James Earl Jones because, let's be honest, no one else can be Mufasa. But other than that, everyone else is great. I can't wait to hear the music, and hopefully they have a few original songs in there. But in the end, I'm super pumped for what they're doing with this film. At number 4, we have The Joker. Now, this film is another one that I didn't anticipate having on this list, but then I saw the pictures for it, and I can't wait. Joaquin Phoenix is one of the greatest actors of his generation. His films that he's in, from Her to The Sisters Brothers to Gladiator, he's always, like, You Were Never Really Here. Phenomenal movie. And I think that this is his next step. I couldn't think of someone who could ever beat Heath Ledger's Joker, and I think that this one might be in the running because Joaquin Phoenix can play that type of character. He can dive that deep. And while Jared Leto was such a disappointment, I can't wait to see what they do with this film. Coming in at number 3, we have Us. Us looks phenomenal. The trailer just came out. It's Jordan Peele's follow-up to Get Out. The cast looks great, from Lupita to Winston. It has such strong themes to it. The horror elements, everything looks so creepy, but then at the same time doesn't feel like it's just a rehash of everything that we saw in Get Out. And I'm just so pumped to see what Jordan Peele can do. He is a phenomenal filmmaker. From his start in comedy to this point and everything he's doing, this is one of the best filmmakers of the generation. Coming in at number 2 is surprisingly Star Wars Episode 9. I thought this one might have been off my list because of how bad Solo: A Star Wars Story did, and a lot of people didn't really like Last Jedi, whereas I thought it was a great change in pace for the franchise. Instead, they reverted back to J.J. Abrams from Episode 7, and he really basically copied A New Hope. So I was disappointed because I don't want Episode 9 to be a copy of Return of the Jedi. Hopefully that isn't the case, and with the few cast members that they've added, it does seem intriguing. I just don't know where they're going to go with it, because I don't want him to finish this and still have questions. Episode 7 felt like an episode of Lost, or season of Lost, where he just wanted more questions than answers. And I really hope that he knows how to actually create a finale for this one, unlike the TV counterpart, because that finale was garbage. And coming in at number 1 is not surprising at all, because it's the sequel to my number 1 from last year, and that is Avengers Endgame. Avengers Infinity War was a phenomenal movie, and it's probably one of the best superhero movies ever made. It somehow managed to take 10 years of world building and characters and bring them all into one movie and not feel like anyone was glossed over or completely forgotten. And I felt like it was a great part 1 to a 2-part story. And this second half is going to be the ending of it all, as the title says, Endgame. And I'm hoping that they are able to do everything that they can to create the perfect send-off for some of these characters. I think that the trailer was perfect. I think that there should only be one more teaser trailer that only really shows footage from the beginning of the film. The entire second half of the film should be completely a mystery to everybody. And I think they should have one teaser in Captain Marvel, and that's it. And the teaser in Captain Marvel might be that she helps somebody or finds somebody. Maybe it's Tony, maybe it's Ant-Man. We don't know who she saves yet, but she's going to get one of those two guys. And I think that that's going to be the end of her film. So I'm excited to see what they do with Endgame, and really it creates a new world for what they're going to do going forward with Marvel. I mean, Marvel got all these properties back. Are they going to bring them into the cinematic universe now that these other characters are out? Who knows? We'll see. And there you have it. There's our list of the top 10 anticipated films of 2019. Do you agree or disagree with our list, or was there a film that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest year in review, where we discuss the worst 10 films of 2018. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.